Alright, we're going to try a little experiment here. What we're going to do is try and see the double slit experiment. So, pretty famous experiment here. So, no idea how this is going to work. Going to try seeing here. So, we're just going to take our fiber, put it into our fiber collimator mount, launch it into our beam profiler, and then we'll see the profile here. The world's absolute worst double slit you could possibly make. I don't know how much worse they can get. All right, so interestingly enough, something's gone awry. So it looks like not much is being achieved. I'm gonna move it here, see what we see. So we just see the beam passing through the double slit. All right, so we're just about zeroed out here. And now time for the fun. So here we go. All right, so I just kind of split it up a little bit to give it a bit more of a gap. And now when I get right in there, I mean, I think that's what we're supposed to be seeing. You can see there's definitely a lot more splits in here. So let me bring it a little closer. I mean, it's definitely a lot more broken up than just two small slits. I mean, you see peaks and waves here. All right, I've pushed the sensor about twice the distance from where it was originally. I think it's gonna be a bit more difficult now to see the actual light. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shut the lights off to see if I can get everything aligned pretty well, and then we'll see the results. What do we see? We don't see much. Our next prototype has very small slits that are very close together. So we've gone from this guy to this to this. So now it's probably a quarter of the distance in between the two slits. So you can only really see them like this. So now I'm gonna be able to actually collimate the beam a bit more, and hopefully that'll help with the intensity a little bit. So over here, this is what we're picking up. All right, so just because I'm pretty curious, I'm gonna try something else. So it's placed back here, and this is what we're reading. So we're definitely seeing the interference pattern right now. To make sure it's because of the double slits and that they are interfering with each other, I built a similar one to this one now, but with just a single slit. Yeah, you can see right there. I'm gonna keep the position of everything the same, take that one out, replace it with this guy, and see if we just get something much cleaner than this, or if the interference stays. If it stays, then something else is going on. So we got it all mocked up, this time with the single slit. And I don't know, we're definitely getting something interesting. So now we do not see the same pattern we were seeing before. So I wonder what's causing this kind of like side to side, like kind of painted look it has. I wonder if it's due to the material I'm using or something else is going on. But that definitely does confirm that what we were seeing before is the double slit going on. So that's pretty cool. So believe it or not, but quantum physics is real, right? All right, last step just to confirm everything, all of our findings here. So we have the double slit back in, and now we're back to this. So very interesting. So the next thing I want to do, the last final test I want to try, is put this sensor on the further table back there and even increase the distance that much more to see what we find. So let's try it out. Ooh. All right, the evolution of the double slit. So now we've moved it all the way back there. So I guess the one thing that's gonna be pretty different now is that the light hitting the double slit is gonna be the same dimension. However, on the sensor, it will be slightly less collimated. So that might affect the results slightly, but let's see what we got. So we're pretty much perfectly centered now. And I'm just gonna move this until we're in front of our beam like we were before. And this is what we're getting. Wow, now we're really starting to see it come together. Let's keep going down back to our little picture down here. So it seems we're at this point now, maybe with our sensor. I wonder if we push the sensor back even further, all the way back to here maybe. Maybe what we'll get is it'll be fully propagated. Because right now we are still seeing the two slits, this one here and then the other one on the left side. All right, well, we finally got it. So now we're set up here. We actually pushed everything far back, all the way back here. So now we have our double slit on the other table as well and push the sensor further back. And this is now what we're getting. And there is no more double slit. So there's just a concentration in the middle. Kind of like as if you think of it as like a bell curve with the probability, right? So here's gonna be me moving it to the left. So we should be seeing the right slit technically. And then now going back the other direction, we see the middle again. And then now moving it to the right. And now I'm off of the slits. So now going back onto it, we're pretty much seeing that the middle has the highest concentration and there's no more slits. So I'm sure there's some kind of ratio that you can do between the size of the slits, how far away apart they are, and in between everything else, but wow, I'm impressed, it worked. And we actually got it really good. Cool.